What's good? What's good? Welcome back to the channel. Chris back with another video for you guys. 2019 Nissan Rouge. This is the special edition. We're going to change the rear brake pads, and looks like the road is okay, so we won't be doing that today. All right, so make sure you use a jack stand for safety. You have to use your jack, and if you got a wheel lock key, make sure you got it. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to do this job. So these are 21s, and you're going to have to get your wheel lock key on there. Make sure you got it on good. Let's go level 2, see what we get. Those should never be real tight, just tight enough on the wheel lock keys. All right, let me get a magnet bowl. All right, let's get this wheel on off. And if you don't know what size your pads are, just take one with you to the parts store. All right, got this out the way for now. And I'm gonna use it as a screw. All right, so on this side over here, see where your brake pads are, where your caliper is. So hopefully we can get it back without any issues. And I'll let you know what style it is. Some of them are twist style, some of them just a compressed style. So this feels like 14. Let's start with the bottom here. And exactly a 14. So let's break it free. I'm gonna use a crescent wrench up here, regular ratcheting wrench, because the brake hose is bumping up against it, and it's gonna be a little difficult to get it in there. So that way you don't crack your brake hose. Right tighty, lefty loosey. Make sure we're good. When we going down, and if you can get it out smacking it, then put it back on the same way. So let me try it again. There we go. A little tight, but if you can do that, then you can do it the other way. All right, let me get another set of tools real quick so we can get this one off. All right, so we back in here. Gonna need a crescent wrench. Go for the top, and we're gonna use the hammer. Use the neck of your hammer if it's real tight. So hold it here. Give it a couple of those. Very good. All right, so now I'm gonna switch over to the ratcheting style. Turn this down. I've been having this one for years. Some people say, don't bang on your wrenches, beat them up. They got lifetime warranties on them. You don't have to, but you see I just switched from a standard to a ratcheting because you'll mess up your gears. So I'm gonna do two hands at the same time. I'm spinning one out. That one should be loose enough. Get them both back so we can see what our caliper looks like. But I recommend you go back in, top, bottom, how they come out. The older the vehicles get, sometimes your bolts only like one hole. So here we're blocking a little bit. Might just be able to swing this caliper up, I'm not quite sure. Let's see what the, yep, we can swing it up like that. And slide him on out. So we're just gonna leave this one in here. Do I have any caliper hangers? I'm not sure. All right, so these are down, down, down to down, down. So which is good because it's not scuffing the rotor yet. So they should pop out pretty easy. It'll give me a flathead in a minute. See what we can get. All right, flathead right back. All right, so we're just gonna get this set. We do not have pads yet, so we're just gonna compress this over and get these old ones out. That way we can take one with us to match it up. But they're down, down, and they just caught this side before it hit the metal. A little bit of lip left. So if you hear them, get them changed. Same thing with this one, but they're wearing evenly, so that's great. So from there, we're gonna compress the caliper back. You can do this after you get your pads and stuff, but let's go ahead and get it back. And touch on them. Let's tighten this back in. All right. That one don't come out. That's great. All right, ready? Bet that, bet that. Got this in here. Go ahead and slide him down and get it over your banjo bolt at the top. And let me just slip it up. There we go. So now this should go back no problem. There's no issues with it. And it's going back nice and smooth. And don't cheat and try to stop and get your pads on, because it's not going to work correctly. If this wasn't going back, you probably have a collapsed brake hose, or your caliper could be bad. But this one's going back nice and smooth, and it's gravy. So we're just going to leave it here, run to the parts store, and we'll be back. So we back in here, got new brake clips and everything. These are the correct pads. This is the parts number. Went to Advanced Auto, so GNAD 145. I'm silly. Anyway, it only comes with one brake screamer, so I'm gonna put it on the driver's side. That way they can hear it versus it being on the passenger side. So let's get these old clips out. And you don't have to change these. But I recommend you do it just because they get old and brittle sometimes. One out, smash up them real quick, and there we go. Looks good. Same clips. All right, let's match up our old pads. See how it's supposed to look and how it's looking. Same grooves all the way down, so you're supposed to have some thickness. All right, let's get the top one out. Tonight I'm gonna get big beef real quick. There we go. And just kind of wipe out in here if you don't have a wire brush and you want them to sit flush. So I usually take a screwdriver and mash them in. So get one out. Let's just dump them in. Sit this on there so we don't fly away. And these are universal, so top, bottom are the same. Some of them aren't on certain vehicles. And you want to gently just mash them in. And like I left a piece of glove right there, we're gonna pull that back out. Right. And you're gonna do the same thing with the top. And if it doesn't go in well, I usually take my screwdriver and mash in the joints so it'll sit correctly. Sometimes they don't, and it'll give you a headache. Go in through the top, make sure you're not against your rotor, and smash them up. Then check the rotor. You don't want to hear any scraping. And now it's time for some brake grease. And you don't have to glob it, just a little bit, get the job done. And this will be the same procedure as the passenger side. So if you're doing this job and you're running into an issue, you may want to stop and then see what you're going to. But same procedure, and I'll look up and see, as far as in the title, see what other roads it is. But this one's a sport, and sometimes it matters on the submodel because they ask you what's the VIN and all that. Just like, damn, they used to just make brake pads and you roll out. So I'm just putting a little bit on there. You don't want to glob it. This is just so they'll glide, because this is going to cake up with rust and stuff and brake parts, brake dust. So you just want to do a little bit around your little contact points. You don't have to, but I recommend just a little bit. And you just want it to be greasy like that, just because it's not going to stay like you want it to. Right, so now we got that lubricated brake screamer. We're going to go on the inside. It usually rests on the inside. And I'll show you what I usually do, because the inside gives me headaches sometimes, but it went smooth today. So what I usually do is I'll sit the pad right at the edge, like that. Same thing with the top. And try to get them in at the same time. Sometimes it goes, sometimes it don't. Remember, we already compressed our caliper back, C-clamp method. So do the same, just want to glaze the outside of both sides so you don't hear any friction. So what I mean by glaze it, just putting some grease on it and gliding it up and down. So that covers everything. That's enough. That's all you need. All right, let's proceed. Let's put this dude back. Matter of fact, I need to get a towel. I'll be right back. All right, hands clean, just for now. All right, let's get this on back out. And we're gonna lubricate these guide pins because they have no grease on them. So let's flip this around, know which way we're going. Get our old pad out, and we're gonna grease this real good. That way we don't have any seizing happening. So you want to do a nice generous amount, and you want to glob it quite a bit all around there, and that way it'll glide and don't freeze up on you. Same thing with the other one. I'll do that one when I go back in at the bottom, but we're going to recess this in and get it set. Put it in. Right, there we go. And we're going to lubricate this one as well, and then slide it back in. Him, her, whichever pronoun you choose. But yep, we want to get it done the right way. So we get a nice amount, squeeze it and glob it. This is what you want to glob. And definitely don't touch your brake pads. You might have to adjust your rubber bushing and just kind of wiggle it until you feel it. There we go. All right. We're in there, 14 milli. one by hand. Let's see. One tight. All right. Yeah, let's do one. And you don't want to tighten one before you tighten the other one all the way. So let's multitask. Come on, baby. It needs to be a little tighter. And then you're gonna have to pump your brakes when you get through. So, man, I was doing both at the same time. And this one's spinning on me a little bit, so let's just do full rotations. This one is close enough. Everybody can't do two at a time. So that one's locked and stopped. You want that one to do the same way you got it on, take it off. So this one, let's give it some smacks. And a couple of taps. There we go. If it bounces back like that, you're good. Same thing with the bottom. Now, people want to say anything smart, use your own wrenches the way you want to use them. These have lifetime warranties. You see it starts to jerk, you're done. All right, so as it is, you pump the brakes, then proceed to the passenger side. So this will be the procedure on 2019 Nissan Rouge. Subscribe to the channel, it's free. Hit that thumbs up, live life, love it. And yeah, just know the rest is the enemy on these things always. And I'm gonna put in the title if it's from 19 or whatever Rouge, you know, they roguing it up now. So as long as the pass match, you should be all good. The next video, out of here.